Good evening. Welcome to our 9 p.m. industrial lecture hall here on Thursday evening. I'm your lecturer, Jack. Yeah, for those that don't know me yet, my name is Jack. Welcome, welcome. So we're looking into about nutrition and dietetics. Yeah. So uh, more a little bit deeper into nutrition because we know what nutrition is and dietetics, which you'll see these are specialists, right, that help us to maintain our health with proper nutrients and what we consume. And when we talk about what we consume, we're talking about things we eat. Right? Consume meaning to eat, essentially. So nutrition wise, here we're looking at this is here the definition is the process of obtaining or providing food necessary for health. Yeah, let's write that. This is nutrition. Here is the process of providing or obtaining the food necessary for health and growth. And we'll see how important that is. It doesn't matter if you are what you're at my age. I'm gonna explain my age. It doesn't matter if you're 32 or not. You're still actually growing, right? Maybe not vertically, maybe like me horizontally. Uh, but we are growing. We are renewing ourselves. We're being replaced by multiple new cells every day, right? And we're constantly, so we need to replenish a lot of different nutrients. Okay, okay. Hopefully WebEx won't crash on me. It looks like it might though. But dietetics here, we're looking at here, this, let's write it on the side. Dietetics here, this is the branch of knowledge concerned with diet and its effects on health. Essentially here, this is the study of it. Okay, we'll study dietetics and we'll look into different diet plans, and perhaps you guys can share a little bit about your method of diet so you can help me lose some weight. I am, well, let's just say I am not skinny. Yeah. And a little bit deeper than that, I want us to look into what metabolism is. Yeah, metabolism. Yeah. So just a quick definition before we get into all the mechanical and chemical processes that it actually contains. Metabolism, we're saying here is the chemical process that occurs within a living organism, like us, we're living animals, to maintain life. Yeah, which happens to any living organism. Doesn't matter if you're an animal or plant. Okay, so for our lesson, let's dive in. We're gonna do a bit of brainstorming. I want to see your knowledge regarding to nutrition and what you know about your macronutrients. Yeah, what are we talking about macronutrients? Macronutrients are usually the big three that you see, which we talk about what fats, we talk about carbohydrates, yeah, and we talk about protein, yeah. And maybe those that work out, yeah, you will count your macronutrients per meal to see how it benefits your muscle growth. Right. As I said here, we're being replenished with cells, and actually our cells are deconstructing as well at the same time. So we're constantly rebuilding ourselves. And then we'll look into the branches here for nutrition and dietetics, what the definitions are, and we'll discuss little bit more about popular diets. And I want to see if any of you guys actually tried these diets, and yeah, maybe you could share a little bit about how beneficial you felt, right? Because different diets, the main thing is regarding to what, of course, health, but a lot of it in regards to our well-being, which then will be our energy level, right? How we're able to carry out ourselves through the day, um, and how we feel, right? If you have some kind of brain fog, how you're able to focus, Yeah, I've heard lots of different things from different diets, how it improves all these things, uh, but I'm not sure. I've never really tried any of them. And we'll look into some common questions regarding to health screening to see what to check in with, doing a little bit checklist to see with ourselves. You could do a checklist with yourself to see we're healthy at the moment. Of course, then we'll go over the overall what we covered within today. Yeah. So jumping in here, yeah, we're looking at brainstorming. So let's read it together. It says, we all know the food pyramid, which I'll show you in a bit, and the different types of food that we need daily. Why do we need the type of food? And how does it contribute? How does it benefit our health? In this sense, contribute it is to give, but we're giving benefits. Okay? So how does it benefit to our health? And then what might happen if we don't consume enough of it? So first we see the category of carbs, right, which it's a shortened version of what we call carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. Yeah. So personally, unfortunately, I consume quite a bit of carbs. Yeah, the types of food that I enjoy, the American food, right, like hamburgers, pizza, maybe pasta, right, spaghetti as such, that contains a lot of carbohydrates, which essentially we'll see later, it gets turned into glucose. Yeah. But what happens if you don't consume enough of carbohydrates? And then, of course, the fruits and veggies. Here, this will be more also in the line of macronutrients. We're looking at fiber, yeah, and a lot of other things as well, such as minerals, such as vitamins, yeah, which we'll talk about in a bit, that builds, a certain percentage of our body, yeah. So something to think about, right? Why do we need carbs, and why do we need fruit and veggies? Yeah, aside from what we've seen through maybe all the health videos, or doctors telling you, right? We'll dig a little bit deeper into the science of it, right? So we're going to put on our nutritionist hat here for tonight to understand how nutrients is connected with our metabolic system, with our metabolism. Okay. And continuing here, we're all looking at the food pyramid. Of course, we all see there meat, fish, and dairy. In this category, we're looking at proteins. Okay. And how essential is protein? Why do we humans need protein? Why do any organism need protein? For that matter, actually, all things contain protein, even plants. Yeah. Uh, but then depending on how complete it is, because you're made up of different amino acids, right? So, like for example, if you eat cheese and pasta, that makes a complete protein. Okay, so oftentimes that's why they tell you you want to eat a variety of things. You want to diversify the food that you eat. Maybe you heard of it as in to eat multiple colors of things, right? Essentially here, you want to definitely focus a bit more on whole foods. Yeah, whole foods, meaning things that aren't processed, right? Not processed food, right? And then if you're eating whole foods, you're probably taking in protein. Yeah, and that's good because we're made up, well, the second largest percent of us we're made of protein. And why do we need oil and nuts, right? Isn't there a dietary trend where we talk about we should eat less fat, okay? Isn't fat that what makes us become heavier? Right? Why do we need oils and nuts? And how are these healthy and beneficial to our well-being?